This is part of building dynamics. I mean, aside from the dynamics that they do with their own voice in the performance, the producers can build dynamics into the song by manipulating those factors.
Run, run, lost boy, they say to me.
All right, let's do it. Your eyes tell. Let's check this out. Wow, so Jungkook starting it off strong with a beautiful breathy mix, and then V coming in with matching his same level of breathiness, but then adding in a beautiful falsetto note there on Ni coming up. But yeah, so far, liking it.
If you want to see an uncut version of this video, check out the link in the description.
So I really like Jin's approach there. I think his vocal it's definitely got a lot of effects on it. And that's something you have to realize when you're trying to sing these songs, is that a lot of these singers, they have a lot of effects on their voice. So you can't really put yourself up against that without keeping that in mind, because you're not going to be able to create the same sort of effects without that backing of the studio, basically, the studio effects. So keeping in mind that his dry vocal is going to sound very different. I think he even has a doubled vocal. That means that he sang the line once and then they started it again and recorded him singing it again. Not 100% sure if that is actually true here, but that is a doubling effect. That's an effect that they add in the studio. I've got some exciting news for you. I've been hard at work building a 6-part video series that's absolutely free, teaching you exactly what it takes to build a confident and strong singing voice. So if you're interested in getting early access to these videos, please click the link down below to join the early bird waitlist. Wow, it's incredible how full Jungkook's falsetto is there. It's like, it's falsetto, but it feels so full. Like it feels so, I mean, that again could be with a lot of help of studio magic, but his falsetto sounds strong, reinforced. It's got a lot of power behind it, even though it's a light, airy quality in his voice. Yeah, there's definitely, so there's Jimin, but there's definitely another vocal going on, or there's a delay, a little bit of a delay on it, so that it's thickening up. It's making all these vocals sound much wider, much thicker than they actually are, I'm sure, in a raw state. You can hear that, how the stereo image. So stereo image is essentially where you've got, I mean, obviously you have two speakers, right? You have your right and your left speaker, left, right. You've got both speakers, and when they're creating a song, they decide to put some content in one speaker and then other content in the other speaker. And so it kind of bounces between the two. So that's something to keep in mind just when you're listening, to pay attention to what is in the right speaker, left speaker, right speaker. Sorry, I screw up my lefts and right all the time. That is something they're taking full advantage of here. Jimin's vocal, Jungkook's vocal, very nice and wide. Now Suga's vocal, it comes to like a pinpoint focus in the middle. This is part of building dynamics. I mean, aside from the dynamics that they do with their own voice in the performance, the producers can build dynamics into the song by manipulating those factors. And I can tell just by the way this is developing, we're gonna go from this. So J-Hope also has a very narrow focus on his vocal. And then as soon as the singing vocals come back in, that's gonna go much wider. So there you can hear it right away. It's thickened up so much more with Jimin's vocal right there. I love how easily he just slips up from his breathy chest voice up into his falsetto. And this is why I encourage people to use falsetto. It's something that a lot of people shy away from when they're developing their voices, but I think it's one of the most underused aspects of a person's voice when they're learning how to sing, and it should be engaged, it should be used, it should be trained. And it's really nice to hear each member, them each taking a similar line. I mean, it may not be exactly the same melody, but they're taking a similar line and then repeating it, you know, one after another, melody-wise, not saying content-wise, but melody-wise, taking that same melody and doing it in their own way. They're keeping all of their approaches in the same vein, but there are some significant differences between the way Jin sings it to the way Jimin sings it to the way V sings it. Lots of variety while still keeping it within the same sort of vibe, if that makes sense. So that vibe is still there, because if one of them did it so differently than the others, it would feel a little bit out of place. So they wanted to keep that same vibe, but still bring elements of their vocal, the way they sing, to the performance. Okay, so there with RM's vocal, they kept it really nice and wide with a lot of effects on his vocal as well, even though it's a rap. Wow, beautiful, beautiful high note on Jimin's part. There you could really hear their voices come out because they were going in a full mix right there. That really let their vocals come out and shine. V's vibrato is beautiful in his falsetto. He has a really nice floating vibrato in falsetto. They must really train their falsettos because they really take their falsetto way up high in their range, like higher than a lot of males would bring their falsetto. Most males would be already in a head voice quality, which has a little bit more closure to it, meaning the vocal cords come together a little bit more for a longer period of time every time they're vibrating, but they keep it in this very airy approach. I like that. I like how they throw in the title right at the end. Your eyes tell. Another amazing song from BTS. I still think Dynamite is my favorite personally, but I really like this soft, ethereal vibe that they've got in this song. So I hope you guys liked this video. If you did, please hit the like button down below. If you want to see more videos like this, check out that one right there. You're gonna like it.